Now, insulae are our first main type of buildings that we're going to talk about. So, insulae were the apartment buildings of Roman cities, and Rome itself had many insulae as well. Most commonly, they had shops in the bottom floor of the apartment building that the owner would rent out. On this picture on the right hand side, you can kind of see that illustrated. It looks like we have some sort of bakery, maybe a restaurant or something down there, grocery store perhaps. So the owner can make some extra money by renting out those shops. Now, the lowest floors of the buildings are actually the best floors, so no penthouses in Rome. They were actually also more expensive than the upper floors of the apartment buildings. There are several reasons why. Now, I've put a spot for you to take some notes on why the lower floors are more expensive. You don't have to write down every word again, but jot some notes. So one reason is the heat rises to the upper floors of the building. So the upper floors would be especially hot, especially in the Roman summer, which I can testify gets really hot. So that wouldn't be altogether pleasant since you don't actually have air conditioning in ancient Rome. Also, you had to walk to get water and go to the restroom. There are just public restrooms, not one inside your apartment. And so that means that if you're on the upper floors, you're walking up and down multiple flights of stairs multiple times a day. Now, one of the biggest issues that is why the lower floors are more expensive is the risk of fire. Apartment buildings in Rome burn down all the time. We talked about Crassus actually setting those fires. He did own a lot of insulae in Rome, and they were very prone to fire because nobody has electric lights at this time. It's all candles and torches if you have any light at all. So people would, do silly things in their apartment, knock over a lamp, and set the place on fire, or it would carry over from another building. Regardless, it was much easier to get out if you were on the lower floor, and it was much less likely that you would perish in a fire. So the higher rooms were less expensive and they were also smaller. Usually they did not contain any kind of kitchen. Now we'll see on the next slide what they do if they do not have a kitchen.